Hello and welcome to a new team review. Today we're going to take a look at a very interesting Pokemon. We have our XL Manetric here. And if people wonder how I already have that thing, or like why I do even have XL Canyon for that thing, I powered this thing up already when it was like, when XL wasn't a thing yet, to level 40 and played it for memes, I think like season 3 or 4. So I basically had this level 40 Manetric lying around for the old time. And when the XL feature came out, I thought, yeah, I can store up some Manetric XL Candy when we have like some wild spawn for that. I think we had like 1 or 2 events where we had like the Electric, or what the pre-evolution is, where we had the kind of common, and I tried it as some of them, not even every one of them. And yeah, basically I had then, oh wow, first game I directly lost. I had like around 120 XL Candy, I think, after this till the current point. And yeah, I bought this thing up. I still need two upgrades to max it out for this IV spread. Usually you want to have like, I think 3 attack or something, but yeah, of course then you need more XL Candy again. I had like 130 or something I had, so I was prepared, but I never expected that thing to get Overheat and getting this good. Like, you saw how crazy strong the thing was. Like, you know, it just completely destroyed the Ninetales there with the Overheat. That was hilarious. But yeah, I was prepared, so now I can showcase this in Ultra League, which is really hilarious. I actually played that like I think I only powered it up to play 2 games with it on stream for memes once. Like, if you still remember that, if you were in the stream, like, shout out to you. It was, I think, like last December or like last November even or something. Like really in the beginning where I started streaming, I memed around with that in Ultra League, because there was no XL Candies or something like this yet. I thought like in the XL meta, almost like now it's actually okay, but like before it also had some play, but it was like not far off against like other things. Like you also played Hundo Driftbomb before in Ultra League, which didn't hit 2500. Now you have the XL version, which is better. But yeah, this thing was actually fun. I played 3 sets with this thing, and I went 3-2 in every set. And actually the hilarious thing about this was I went 3 wins straight in the beginning of the set and lost the last 2. It was like always the same. And there were like some really interesting games where we won like through KO and go upwards, like, yeah, like here with the Overheat. But there were also like, I don't know if the one game is still in there. I didn't put every game in there, of course, because I think otherwise it would be like a 25-minute video. If I was basically trying to do like 3 sets per team, but depending on which league we play, and Ultra League takes like longer. I usually have like I always want to try to get videos around 15 to 60 minute mark. I think that's always like something which is nice to watch without being like boring at the end, or in general like it is alright length. So yeah, by the way, actually, I would recommend you using Drifloon right now if you're in higher ranks. What I see all day is Deoxys defense, Deoxys defense, Deoxys defense, and Drifloon is like a hard counter, but also Jellicent is really good against that. But Deoxys defense is like everywhere. I played a different team, which you're gonna see tomorrow. I guess, yeah, tomorrow, with no XL Pokemon in there, which is really exciting. But I only played 2 sets yet. But yeah, like in the last set, I had all the time. Actually, I think in every game I had Deoxys defense against me. I was like, why? Why do I have to deal with that thing? But yeah, other than that, I think I should have maybe thrown the Icy Wind. Would have made this matchup way better. My opponent was debuffed already. But also then the Switch Clock is out of sync, I don't know. But yeah, Manetric, Snarl, Wild Shot, Overheat, basically only nukes. Basically you always get a shield from your opponent. There's nothing really that resists both of them. I mean, there's Garchomp and Flygon, which do, I guess. But like, how often do you see them? Oh, in general, like dragons. Dragalge is also a hard counter. Other than that, I think we're fine. Here we can go for the Shield Ball and farm this thing down. Nah, yeah, I think like, not throwing there was the right play anyway, so good game there to my opponent. Next up, we have G-Flask against us. There was one game where I think we have to see. I go for the Overheat just to get the sheet and then swap out. There was one game. I don't know if that's actually in there. I don't know if it went through it. Like I usually pick random games. There was one game where I went for Wild Charge instead, even though I powered up the Overheat because I had like 3 G-Fisk leads in front before. I had like 9 G-Fisk leads on the day today. Like maybe even 10. Like I didn't have a recording anymore. But like so many G-Fist leads, and I only had electric type leads, which was like, wow. But yeah, there was like one time I just went for wild charge so I can save some energy, because my opponent got shield the overheat anyway because it would KO him, and he didn't. There was like one time I didn't go for the overheat and he didn't shield. I still can't believe that. But yeah, okay. Here we have Gudra against us. Against Gudra, of course, it's also double resist both of our moves there. So we have to stay in here and hope that we can get to 2 Earthquakes, but Gudra doesn't really have the fast and the charge move pressure against steel types. Yeah, he has a super effective move there with Muddy Water, but Muddy Water is Muddy Water, and Muddy Water does nothing. And my opponent just surrenders there because he has a Gavengler. Yeah, I think this game was over for him. Next up we have Sylveon. We're just gonna go straight for Wild Charge. I think we started the game a bit later, so my opponent got like one extra quick move in or something, which was unlucky. But we can go for the Icy Wind here. Actually, this matters a lot, I think. Never mind. Okay, I don't KO him with 1 Hexy anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I need a second one. And he goes into Excadrill, which is okay for me, but Excadrill is actually a big problem for this team. Like, I don't really have a direct answer to Excadrill, but I actually didn't really see that often. Maybe I also should play Excadrill again. One of my favorite Pokemon actually to use in the current meta. Something like maybe Surf Edge, Excadrill, Save Swap, and Escav in the back if you want something without XL. Or some water type in the lead would be even better for this, I guess, because you need something for fire types, and you can basically bait out fire types with the Excadrill already while having Escav in the back. Something like this I'm most likely going to play as well. Here my opponent also has Escav in the back. What did he lead again? I forgot about that. Shit, I didn't pay too much attention there. I thought G-Fast was G-Fast? No. I don't know. I forgot about that, but I could just rewatch that if I want to. Yeah, here, the game. I had this like 3-4 times before where I always went for Overheat and he didn't shield, and now I go for Wild Charge. No, he did shield against Overheat, I meant, but no, with the Wild Charge, of course he lets it go. I was like, I was so pissed at the game at this point. Always having bad leads and then always getting like completely red. Why? Like, why? It just hurts. Yeah, I think we actually catch the perfect move. Yep, you look at this dynamic punch against a Ghost Flying type. Wrecked him. Maybe we can get a shield here. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? Huh? We don't get a shield there. My opponent just reads me like a book. Like, this thing would have been already gone. Let me see real quick while this battle goes on. I don't even have the cards open. I don't know how much Manetric does to the G-Fisk with an Overheat. Let me see that real quick. Stunfisk with this Manetric. Overheat does 74%. So it doesn't even OHKO him, I think. Even though Snarl damage will not put him into that range. But it would do enough to farm him down with the Drift Blow afterwards if it would hit, but hey, my opponent just knew it before. We can go for 1 Wild Charge, and I think the Overheat does a bit more in the neutral matchup. Let me see that as well. Where no, because I have that open. I think it does a bit more. If you can only go for 1 move Overheat, I think there's a bit more. Yes, 3% more than Wild Charge, even though it's not stab. Overheat is such a strong move, but a Wild Charge as well, so both crazy good nukes. And here we have a Typhlosion against us. What we kind of want to do here is get shields. So what I'm going to do here is just go for the Earthquake, and I think I swap out now. Yep, and I just have to go for 1 Shadow Ball. I get basically 1 free turn here. My opponent can go for another Blast Beam immediately. I get an extra free turn. I know that he's at 0 energy now, so I should go for 4 more. I actually only go for 3, so I don't get the Incinerate damage in. I mean, fair, I guess. My opponent has 0, so right in the back. That's a good game there. Nothing really you can do here. But I really enjoyed using this team. Manetric, I think, is a pretty decent electric type, actually. Like, electric types don't have a lot of play right now anyway. But if you play Manetric, I think the coverage with Overheat is just, like, so nice and unique. Maybe you can play, like, Flamethrower, Electrobus, or what's it called? The Evolution? I don't know. I forgot the name. You know what I mean? Hopefully. The one with a C-Day? Electrowire, I think, yeah, exactly. Better. Here we have, oh, yeah. Going into Manibus against us, not the best, but we at least can get some Icy Wind damage on him. We know that we still have 1 at least. I don't know if I shield I would have survived too. I don't think so, to be honest. I think so. He was on the Dark Pulse, yeah. We go back into Manetric because he's debuffed and we can just overfarm here a lot and pressure my opponent's backline. He goes for a Dark Pulse. We can go for a Wild Charge. I am at 100 energy right now. This Wild Charge gonna KO. And I should have thrown my charge move here already. If I had thrown my charge move, I think I would have been fine in this matchup. But because I didn't, like, I'm really in a bad spot here. Because Wild Charge would have done like 50%. That would have put him into Earthquake range. My opponent most likely would have shielded the first move. So I would have went for a bait. And I think I would be able to KO this thing then, while still having a shield for the Burn Song. But yeah, I didn't, and basically I screwed up with that. I have to go for the Wild Charge immediately here, KOs this thing, but we will not get to another move here, which was my mistake. I could have most likely won this match. Here, this is a hard counter to us. Nothing really we can do here with our team. I go into Drift Bloom now because Icy Wind, but like look how much the Night Slash does, like nearly 50%, while the Wing Attack also hurts a lot. These are at another one, so I have to shield. My opponent swaps out into Ninetales, and it does not look very good for us. Especially because I don't think I get to another move here. No, he throws against me, okay. This is fine. I can let it go. I can go to my Stunfisk and overfarm a bit. Gonna go for the charge move here. Rockslide gonna KO him. He has his crafty. Doesn't look too good. I'm gonna shield here because foul play would KO us, I think. He goes for the power punch. Isn't that lovely? He goes for another power punch. I hope I can get to another move here, another wild shot. That would be nice. He goes back into the what's it called? Gliscor. But yeah, the overheat sadly doesn't KO and doesn't put him into mudshot range. So there's basically nothing we can do. If he was in mudshot range, we would have been able to win this game, but he sadly didn't. He was not in there. Drapion, really not the best thing you want to face in the, to be honest. You kind of want to see something else there, but we can go for one wild charge. The cool thing is, we can go for another wild charge, and we're gonna get a shield here at least. And I'm fine with that, because I have a hard counter in the back, and I have a Pokemon that doesn't really want to see that thing in the back, so I can avoid that, have a shield advantage. He can go for the crunches all day long. He swaps into Deoxys, I can go into my Drifblim. And I can go for a Shadow Ball, which does not KO. I think I have to shield once, I think, here. Do I? I guess I have to. Yeah, I'm gonna shield it once just so I'm not as low and I can farm all the way down. I think I'm gonna shield here against the Drapion as well. Hoping that he has something in the back which I can deal with. Sadly, it's a CMP tie now, but it's fine. He has his own Drifblim in the back, and I'm just gonna go for the Icy Wind because at this point, I think my opponent doesn't really have a chance here, really. I think I can just go for the Rock Slide and I should be fine. I should win this in the... even if he has a shield here. Most likely gonna shield this move. Yep. And I can go for another Rock Slide. In time? Oh no, he gets to another move before it's another Icy Wind. But I don't think my opponent can farm up too much extra energy, and I'm one move away from an Icy Wind on my own. And I can go for the Rock Slide here anyway and gotta KO this thing, so good game there. Next up, we're gonna have Mandibuzz against us. Finally a good lead, and we see as G-Fizz coming in, and G-Fizz is also a bigger problem. I mean, it's not a problem, but it's not as nice. He goes for a Rock Slide, I know that because he don't get to the Earthquake before I get to the Overheat. Overheat needs 15 turns, Earthquake needs 16 turns, he swapped even in. And yeah, I go for the Earthquake here. I think we're just gonna go for Earthquake the whole time here, my opponent as well. Okay, I think I can farm down here, so I shield. Here's a shield left. Yeah, okay, I can farm down, I have a lot of energy, my opponent gets into an S-cap. And at this point I really want to have this aligned against my Drifblim, so I'm just gonna swap out here into this thing. I should have tried to go for the Overheat, I think. Wild Shot was not the play, but my opponent makes a misplay here and swapping into Mandibuzz. Because now we can align our G-Fisk and we have the Drifblim in the back for the other Pokemon. Yeah. That's basically game here already, I think. I can just spam my Rock Slides and I should be able to KO this Mandibuzz. If he swaps out, he either catches the Rock Slide right now or gets caught by the Drifblim. And Drifblim can even farm this thing down, so there's nothing really my opponent can do here. He even swaps it to the S-Curve to try to farm me down and go short draw run against the Drifblim, which does nothing. I can farm him down. And yeah, my opponent just surrenders here and there was nothing he can do. And into the last battle against a really good player. I think he was like #1 on the leaderboards for some time. He's definitely a really good player, and I didn't remember. And I'm gonna go for the bait here. I thought I can get a shield and then swap out in time, but my opponent actually gets to the drill run already. So I thought, that was faster than expected. But I can go to my Drifblim. I can just completely hard counter this thing, and I don't really have to worry about anything. Goes to the Mega Horn. And yeah, I have 2 good answers against Mandibles in the back, so he actually shields and I can swap out. I can go for the ISO one here. And I'm gonna be able to get to another move there, I think. So, and I think I'm gonna store that and swap out here. Yeah. And now I should be able to get to 2 wild charges in time, which I'm gonna be able to. And now, like, nothing really wins TMP against Manetric. We can go for the wild charge. Oh, I actually have like more here. I go for the overheat against the S-Curve. That's gonna die. That's also gonna be it for the video. Thanks all for watching, and we're gonna win this game easily here. See you in the next video.